Two men waited for me in my office after hours. They figured the dark would hide them. They assumed I'd crack easily. But I used to be MI6. Breaking people was my job. It was over quick. A chair exploded. A blade found ribs. A gun turned on its owner. Both men hit the floor, bleeding, convulsing. Then still. I didn't breathe hard. I'd done worse in deserts, alleys, basements nobody remembers. Then I noticed it. One of their phones, still lit, still warm from a hand that would never hold it again. A message from my wife. Did you finish, my coward husband? I'll double your pay if you get rid of my daughter. 2. For a second the world narrowed. My ears buzzed. My jaw locked until it ached. Her daughter, not mine. But I'd raised her, wiped her tears, steadied her first bike ride, heard her call me dad. And my wife wanted her erased. I typed back with steady fingers. Got it. Heading to your place with his body bagged. Then I made one call to someone she feared more than death. And I drove home. The drive was quiet. Too quiet. Every mile I replayed her voice, her laugh, her touch. All of it now stitched into lies meant to blind me. I thought about her late-night calls, the way she hit her phone when I walked in, the sudden trips, the excuses that were too polished. I used to blame stress, blame distance. Marriage cracks if you press too hard. But betrayal doesn't creep. It waits. Then it lunges. This had lunged. And it carried her name. She wanted me dead. She wanted her daughter dead. That wasn't simple cheating. That was strategy. A double life carved cleanly. One face for me, another for her lover, her handler, whoever sat on the other end of that text. I didn't ask why. Why she wanted me gone. Why her child was disposable. Why money was her god. I didn't need reasons. Reasons are perfume on rot. I only needed truth. So I called him the man she feared. Not a rival agent, not a lover. Her father. The man she hadn't spoken to in 10 years. The man she stole from and lied to and abandoned. When he answered, his voice was low, like gravel dragged over stone. She finally crossed you, didn't she? Yes, I said. Silence stretched. Then he said he'd meet me at the house. I knew then this night wasn't about survival. It was about judgment. I parked 2 blocks away. Inside the house, lights glowed warm and domestic. A staged set of lies. I sat in the car, watching, waiting, breathing slow, heart steady. She paced the kitchen with a glass in hand. Always wine when she needed courage. Her phone buzzed on the counter. Message after message from a number labeled work. I zoomed the camera lens, took screenshots for insurance. I checked the gun at my side. Not to spill blood. No, this would be something colder. At midnight, headlights cut the dark. An old black sedan eased to the curb. He stepped out. Her father. She didn't hear him at first, but when she saw him, the glass slipped from her hand. Dad, she said, voice breaking. I stayed in the shadows, watching and listening. He said nothing at first, just stared. Years of silence poured into that look. Finally he spoke and showed me the message. Her face drained, turned pale and fragile. I walked and then, calm, controlled. My presence froze her. She looked from me to him. Panic clawed up her throat. Wait, she stammered. You don't understand. But we did. We understood everything. I set the phone on the table with her message bright on the screen. Her father leaned in and read every word. His jaw locked. You wanted your husband dead, he said quietly. Your daughter, too. My granddaughter. Her lips trembled. It's not like that. But lies lose power when truth is spoken. I slid printed transcripts beside the phone, pages of her conversations, plans, payments. She tried tears, tried collapsing, tried the fragile act of a misunderstood woman. I remained still, my silence louder than her pleading. Her father shook his head slowly, heavily. You destroyed every name you ever carried, he said. Her sob cracked. She reached for me, but I stepped back. I wasn't hers anymore. I took the body bag from the car and dropped it at her feet. Empty, but heavy enough to shake her. You asked for this, I said. You get to live with it. Her eyes widened as she realized this wasn't an execution. This was exile. Her father turned away. His silence was a sentence. I pulled out the final cards. Divorce papers, frozen bank accounts, assets stripped, evidence forwarded to the authorities, to her lovers, to her enemies. I left her nothing. No husband, no daughter, no father, only herself. That was punishment enough. I walked out of that house without looking back. Her sobs trailed me to the car, thin and desperate. I didn't stop. The night air was cold and clean. My lungs burned on it. She had wanted me dead. She had wanted her daughter erased. Instead, she was a ghost now, alive but ruined. I walked out of that house without looking back. Her sobs followed me to the car, thin and desperate. I didn't stop. The night air was cold, clean. My lungs burned with it. She had wanted me dead. She had wanted her daughter erased. Instead, she was a ghost now, alive but ruined. I thought a girl upstairs, safe and sleeping. She'd never know how close she'd come, and she'd never hear the word mother the same way again. As I drove, her father lit a cigarette beside me. The glow cut the dark. He didn't speak, and neither did I. No words were needed. The verdict had been delivered. And when the smoke curled into night, I knew she was gone from me forever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.